Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the chapter number 18, body fluids and circulation. And all of you know the in circulatory system, more complex organism use the special fluids within their bodies to transport such material. So actually, body fluids consisting of two categories are there. First one is the blood, second one is the lymph, and how they are circulating in our body through our heart. So that we have to discuss in this chapter. Blood is the most commonly used body fluid by the most of the higher organism, including humans, for this purpose. And another body fluid is lymph, also help in the transport of certain substances. Means where the blood cannot reach, the lymph can perform the same purpose there. So we'll discuss both the condition one by one. So blood is actually a liquid fluid connective tissue. All of you know that one, consisting of which one? Fluid matrix, that is called plasma, and formed element, that is called cells. So it is consisting of two category. One is plasma, 55% plasma is there, and 45% formed element, that is actually blood cells are present. So in the plasma is a straw color viscous fluid constituting nearly 55% of the blood. ब्लड की 55% क्या होता है? प्लाज्मा होता है. 90 to 92% of plasma is water, and proteins contribute 6 to 8% of it. So what are the protein present there? Fibrinogen, globulins, and albumins are the major proteins. So who are the proteins there? Fibrinogen, globulins, and albumins, and their functions are also different. जैसे फाइब्रोनोजन इज एक्चुअली वर्किंग फॉर विच वन? क्लॉटिंग, है ना. फाइब्रोनोजन की फंक्शन क्या है? फॉर क्लॉटिंग ऑफ द ब्लड एंड कोआगुलेशन ऑफ द ब्लड. एंड ग्लोब्यूलिन, they are involved in the defense mechanism of the body, and the albumins help in the osmotic balance. So all of you have learned here three categories of proteins are there. Means plasma consisting of 90 to 92% water, and baki 6 to 8% they are getting the protein. And among the protein who are present there, the globulin is there, fibrinogen and is there, and albumin is there. Fibrinogen is responsible for the blood clotting. Globulin is responsible for the defense mechanism of the body, means for the fighting against the infection and all, and protecting our body from infection. And albumins help in the osmotic balance. Okay, albumins, what they're helping to? Osmotic, means in the pH and water balance inside our body, all these things they are maintained. Plasma also contains small amount of minerals. Who are the minerals present there? Sodium plus, calcium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, HCO3 minus, means carbonate minus, and chloride minus, etc. Glucose is also present. Amino acids, lipids, etc. are also present in the plasma, as they are always in transit in the body. Factors for coagulation or clotting of blood are also present in the plasma in an inactive form. Plasma without clotting factors is called the serum. So what is serum? What is the definition of serum here? Plasma without clotting factor. So plasma contains 90 to 92% water, 6 to 8% is coming protein. Among the protein, fibrinogen and globulin and albumin is there, and remaining one are small amount of the minerals, just like the sodium, calcium, magnesium, carbonate, chloride, glucose, amino acid, lipids, etc. they are present there. Okay, so next one we are coming ki when plasma without the clotting factor is called the serum. Okay, now we are coming for the formed element mainly consisting of the blood cells, that is erythrocytes or RBC, leukocytes or WBC, and platelets. They are collectively called the formed elements, and they constitute nearly 45% of the blood. So blood is actually constituting two constituent there. One is coming the plasma, another is the blood cells. Okay, so among the blood cells who are present, erythrocytes is present there. Of red blood cells इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं the most abundant. A healthy adult man has on an average 5 to 5.5 millions of RBC per millimeter cube of the blood. RBC are formed in the red bone marrow in the adult. So it is actually producing where in the bone marrow. RBC are devoid of nucleus, इसके पास nucleus नहीं रहते. In the most of the mammals they are biconcave. Biconcave means which one? Curving inward. So दोनों side से ये carving inward है. That's what is called biconcave in shape. They have a red color iron containing complex protein called the hemoglobin. Hence the color and the name of these cells, that is called RBC or red blood cells. They have the red color pigment or iron made pigment, that is called the hemoglobin. A healthy individual has 12 to 16 gram of hemoglobin in every 100 milliliter of blood. 100 milliliter of blood में 12 to 16 gram होना चाहिए. These molecules play a significant role in transport of respiratory gases. So RBC have an average lifespan of what is that? 120 days, after which they are destroyed in the spleen. Spleen is called the graveyard of RBC. So where they are produced in the bone marrow, red bone marrow, and where they are actually destroyed in the spleen. Now, what is their lifespan? 120 days. And why they are called RBC? Because they have the red iron made pigment that is called hemoglobin, and in a human body 12 to 16 gram per 100 milliliter hemoglobin must be present. Otherwise the person will be suffering from anemia, because these RBC are actually responsible for visual exchange of gases. Means all of you already learned in the last chapter that oxygen is combining with hemoglobin to form the oxyhemoglobin and transport to the each and every cell of our body. So easily RBC is mainly responsible for the gaseous exchange, and CO2 also, when they are coming back from the CO2 from the tissues to alveoli, they are also combining with hemoglobin and form carboamino hemoglobin. So RBC is actually carrying our lead role, or you can say the main role in the transport of or the exchange of gases. Okay, that is the main function of RBC. Their presence, their amount is 5 to 5.5 millions of RBC per millimeter cube of the blood, and they are formed in the bone marrow. They are destroyed in the that is called spleen, and okay, they have a red color pigment that is called the hemoglobin. Okay, next one we are coming for the leukocytes. Leukocytes is known as which one? This is the RBC is given to us, and now we have to learn about the leukocyte, that is WBC, are also known as the white blood cells, as they are colorless due to the lack of hemoglobin. They do not have any red color pigment or hemoglobin. That's why they are colorless, and they are known as the leukocytes. They are nucleated just like the RBC. They are not nucleated. RBC are not nucleated, but here WBCs are nucleated and are relatively lesser in number, which averages 6,000 to 8,000 per millimeter cube. Here 5 to 5.5 million per millimeter cube. Already have learned that one. Here 6,000 to 8,000 per millimeter cube of blood. And leukocytes are generally short-lived. We have two main categories of WBC, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. So in granulocytes who are coming, neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil are different types of which one granulocytes, while lymphocytes and monocytes are the agranulocytes. So neutrophil are the most abundant cells, 60 to 65% of the total WBCs, and basophil are the least one, 0.5 to 1%. Neutrophil and monocytes, 6 to 8% are phagocytotic cell, and which destroy the foreign organism entering the body. Phagocytic means they are actually capturing the foreign organism by pseudopodia, forming the pseudopodia, and they are destroying the foreign organism entering the body. That is also neutrophil and monocyte. They are performing this purpose. Basophil secrete the histamine, serotonin, heparin, etc. and are involved in inflammatory reaction. Allergic reaction में involved हो जाते हैं basophil. इसमें secretion क्या होता है? Histamine, serotonin and heparin. Eosinophil resist infection and are also, you can see here, all are nucleated structure. This is neutrophil, this one is neutrophil, this one is the eosinophil, this one is the basophil. These three are coming under which category? Granulocyte, monocyte and lymphocyte. Lymphocyte are of two types, that is T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. We'll discuss that one also. These two are known as the agranulocyte. So neutrophil and monocyte, they are performing the, or they are destroying the pathogen or the foreign organism by phagocytic procedure, and basophil actually secreting which one? Histamine and serotonin, heparin, they are secreting allergic reaction claim, and eosinophil also they are resist the infection in our body. So eosinophil also, these three are granulocyte, these two are granulocyte. Next one here coming the associated with the allergic reaction. Now lymphocyte, that is 20 to 25% are of two major type. One is B lymphocyte and the other is T lymphocyte. Both B and T lymphocytes are responsible for the immune response. So B lymphocyte actually their antibodies they are producing, and T lymphocyte helping the B lymphocyte to produce the antibodies. So in that sense they are responsible for immune responses of the body to grow up, to develop the immune responses in our body. So these are the total WBC. They are of two types. One is the granulocyte and there is agranulocyte. They are colorless because they do not have the hemoglobin in their body, and they have nucleated. They are nucleated, unlike the RBC actually they do not have the nucleus. Here they are nucleated, and they are of two types, granulocyte and agranulocyte. Granulocyte divided into neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil, and agranulocyte divided into two categories, monocyte and lymphocyte. So mainly the monocyte and neutrophil, they are for performing the phagocytic purpose, means destroying the living foreign organism, and eosinophil is the heparin, histamine, serotonin, means that allergic reaction they are actually responsible, and in case of the eosinophil also they are associated with the allergic reaction. Lymphocyte producing two types of lymphocyte, B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte, and both of them are responsible for the immunoresponses of the body. Platelets are also called the thrombocytes and are cell fragment produced from the megakaryocytes, that is special cell in the bone marrow. They are also produced, all are actually producing in the bone marrow. Blood normally contain 1,50,000 to 3,50,000 of platelets per millimeter cube. So here first 5 to 5.5 lakh in RBC, and in WBC it is very less, 6,000 to 8,000, and in case of thrombocyte is 1,50,000 to 3,50,000 platelets per milliliter cube. Platelets can release a variety of substances, most of which are involved in the coagulation. Actually, platelets are responsible for the coagulation or clotting of the blood, and a reduction in their number can lead to the clotting disorder, okay, which lead to the excessive loss of blood from the body. So already we have discussed about the blood. Blood consists of two parts, that is actually two types of fluid are there, that is we can say blood consists of two parts. One is plasma and there is the we can say the blood cells, and we have discussed all the plasma as well as the blood cells here. Now we are coming for the blood group. All of you know how many types of blood groups are there? 4 types, A, B, AB, O. Actually, it is depending upon which one. Now, what is the plasma protein present on RBC? On the basis of that, just ABO grouping is based on the presence or absence of two surface antigens on the RBCs, mainly, namely which one? A and B. So, on the basis of that, we are dividing into 4 category, AB, ABO. So we are discussing about that ki you probably know that during blood transfusion, blood cannot be used. So before transfusion of the blood or before giving the blood of the recipient and those who are donor, all will be going on the cross matching, we can say. Otherwise the person can suffer by the problems of clumping, that is destruction of RBC. So how we can distribute? Now, what is the basis of distributing the blood group into AB, ABO? So, when the plasma protein actually they are carrying antigen or RBC is A. So, here RBC, absence of two surface antigens. So, where the A antigen is present, so blood group is A. So, in the plasma, what is the antibody present there? Antibody B is present there. Okay. And B means where the antigen is present on the RBC is B, and antibody in the plasma is present antibody A. And AB, so antigen on AB, so definitely no antibodies must be present there, otherwise clotting will be occurring. So antibodies कौन सा उल्टा antibodies present है आप देख रहे हो, क्योंकि A अगर antigen है तो antibody B आएगा, क्योंकि antibody अगर A आ जाए तो coagulate हो जाएगा, और O में antigen on RBC nil, so definitely antibodies both are present there. Now we are coming to the donors group. So A can take from donors who are there. Now A can take from A or O. And B can take from B and O. AB can take from AB, O. All the blood group can give, and O can take from O only. So O, that's what is called the universal donor. And universal donor इसलिए है क्योंकि O can give to AB, ABO. All the groups can take from O, but O can take only from O. That's why O is known as the universal, we can say the donor, and AB is known as the universal acceptor, receiver जिसको बोलते हैं, क्योंकि AB can take from which one? AB से भी ले सकते, A से भी ले सकते, B भी ले सकते, O भी ले सकते. So now we are coming from that. From the above mentioned table, it is evident that group O blood can be donated to the person, while any other blood group, means O can be donated to which one? Any other person, but O can take from O only. And hence O group individuals are called universal donors. Persons with AB group can accept blood from persons with AB as well as the other group of the blood, means AB can accept from which one? AB, A, B, O. But AB can give only AB blood group. So therefore such persons are called universal recipient. So AB can take from any other blood group, but AB can donate to AB only. And O can take from only O, but O can donate to any other blood group. That's why O is called the universal donor. And A can, we can say take from A or O, and B can take from B or O, because O can give to everybody. Achha, next one is coming for every blood group here. Now we are coming another factor. Okay, RH factor that we can discuss tomorrow.